Welcome to another interactive e-course by 2019. This is your instructor Omkar Murauni. And through this e-course now, we'll try to have a look at another aspect of online marketing in a little more detail. Now, why I'm connecting online marketing to this is because finally, what goes online is more important and how it goes online. So the content is the king, as I've been saying in some of my other courses. So in this particular e-course, we'll just try to elaborate that thought. And as we go along, let's try to understand a little bit about content writing. Now, it's important for you to know that every content that goes out online in any form, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on your websites or your blogs, it can actually influence the way your company or your products or your services are going across to the audience. And that signifies the importance of this topic. So let's try to first understand the importance itself and why is it that content is so important. Let's have a look at these few reasons that we have given across to you. Now, content can pursue the audience in multiple forms. So you can have a blog post, you can have a Facebook post, you can have a YouTube video. All these are different forms of content. Content is something that is going to influence the way the audience looks at you and your company. It can grab you more traffic, and this is centric completely to your websites. It's not the design of the site that works. It's not the images that work. Always remember, it's the content that works on any websites. So the content is going to grab the audience. People can identify you with the content that you have on your website. That is also extremely important. You can stand out with the content that you put across on any form on these websites and blogs and Facebook posts, etc. Nowadays, content is also the key to generating more sales. So the more people read about you, the more people will visit you on the websites or on your Facebook pages, and they'll buy more from you. So that is where the generating sales thing occurs. And it can also keep the audience updated. So you've launched a new product, you have gone out with a new service. All this can go out on your websites, on your blogs, and it can keep the viewer interested. Secondly, what are the career prospects you have while you're in this field? Or let's just say you're putting your first step onto this field. It's important to know that this is an industry which across sectors is offering more than 18,000 jobs at any given time. So you could work as a creative writer in an ad agency. You could take up a job of a technical writer in an IT firm. It could be anything. There are a lot of sectors across which are hiring people for content writing. Now, another aspect to it is that content writers are considered more valuable now across sectors. That is what I've been saying, that across sectors, you are an important person if you write well and if you write content for different platforms all across the internet. So good content writers are scarce in numbers, and hence the demand is quite huge. So this is a great opportunity. Content these days, as I've been saying, affects the overall sales of the company. And hence, if you're good at writing content, then you are a must for most of the companies. So the prospects career-wise are quite great. Now, what are your options? If you're trying to say, okay, I'm taking this course up, what do I get? Where could I land up finally? Now, here are some of the roles that you can take up while you actually be in the field of content writing. The first thing obviously is that you can be an advertising copywriter. That is what I just said, that you could work in an ad agency writing content, or you could be a blogger. You could write blogs for companies or even for individuals. Now, blogging again is a quite a huge platform these days. You could be a creative writer, so you can write ads and you can write different Facebook posts and something to do with social media. Creative writing is also quite something that you could do these days, which is also very popular. Technical writer, like I just told you could also be a technical writer, join up with some IT firms out there. So a lot of these things are also prevalent. And you could be a web content specialist. So you could work on websites and their content. So you could see which website works, which doesn't, what is the content that should go on a website, how could it be more centric in terms of keywords and phrases, etc. All these things matter. And what are the topics that we're going to have a look at while we actually write or while we actually learn to write the content here? Now, this is what we shall cover. We should have a look at developing your strategy and goals while you write content. We shall have a look at the platforms you can use while you do that. You could also have a look at practicing and implementing those things. So we'll have an overall picture of how you can come up with good content. You'll also go through the process of writing, so you will also get to know how you can write something, what is the process that actually goes into writing a particular content for a particular website or a blog. Dynamics of writing, so things to avoid, things to consider, most probably the words to use, words to avoid, a lot of these things. And finally, writing a little in depth, so you can have a look at writing for print, writing for web, what is the difference, how does it work, all these things would be taken into consideration. And finally, the connect. So let's just say, what is the connect between writing content and marketing content, because we are going to have a look at two things in this particular e-course. Writing is important, yes, but connecting to the audience and projecting it outside is even more important. So remember that content writing is the initiation and marketing is the execution. So content writing relates to coming up with ideas, so you can come up with ideas while writing it, and marketing is actually projecting the ideas outside. So these are the two things that actually connect this whole topic together. So writing is actually creating the brand, and then marketing is actually projecting the brand outside. So remember this little circle while you actually take up this course. And the pattern that we follow again is quite simple. Here's the pattern we follow for the course. We'll have illustrations and scenarios wherever applicable, and the same shall be followed in content writing and content marketing. So again, I hope that this particular e-course gives you a little bit of idea in terms of writing the content, suiting that content to different platforms, and making the most of it. Please remember that, like with every other topic that you might cover in terms of these e-courses, it's important to practice. Nothing happens overnight, and especially in terms of content writing, it's really important for you to actually put that in practice. Whatever you learn is just one step. What you do with it is the next step. So all the best. Take up this course and enjoy it.